I understood it was going to be hard. What I didn't understand was what hard meant. Before I became a mother, I'd have said, we'll figure it out. And we did. I just had no idea what I was walking into. I want to be honest about this before we go any further. I'm not here to tell you the hard parts fade or that they aren't important in the face of watching your child grow or whatever I'm supposed to say. I'm here to tell you what nobody told me, that the hardest part of becoming a mother isn't the part everyone warns you about, the late night diapers, the throwing up and kids being sick. It's the one nobody names out loud. And it's not the end of the story. There's a way through it. And that's what I want to talk about. Here's what hard looked like for me that I didn't understand. I didn't understand the toll of getting up every 2 hours, not waking up, but physically getting up out of bed. The toll that months of sleep loss have on your mind and on your body and on the person you thought you were. I didn't understand the utter lack of independence or the helplessness in the face of caring for an infant, the relational confusion that showed up in my marriage. And my body, they told me, 6 to 8 weeks and you'll be fine. For me, it was closer to a year of finding my way back to my body for each child. And there was something I didn't see coming at all. In giving birth, I would be destroying my sense of self. But even with all that, here's what people don't expect. I would choose it again, all of it, even the hard parts. If anything, it's the hard parts that taught me the way back to myself. And that's the part that I want to show you. The thing I'd most change if I could is I'd start rebuilding sooner. Because for a while I didn't. I was drowning in motherhood and I couldn't see it. It showed up in everything. At work, I was either missing opportunities or over indexing in order to have a sense of accomplishment. And at home, I was disconnecting from my own child because I was missing that adult stimulation that is so easy to miss if you've ever played with an infant for any period of time. I'd lost track of what I liked, what I wanted, who I was underneath what everyone else needed from me. And when I realized that, I stepped back and I invested in myself. I set aside time to figure out my priorities, to name what I actually valued, to set boundaries at work and everywhere else. The most concrete one, at work, I set my calendar to automatically decline any meetings after 4 p.m., and I held firm to that. The calendar said no for me, so I wasn't fighting for that line every afternoon. It protected the evening for my family, and it did something else. The evening became for us, and that meant the rest of the day I could build around me. And slowly, I started to recognize myself again. I'm a huge musical buff, and with each of our kids, we've gone to see a new musical a couple months after their birth. With my first, it was Waitress. We were in the car driving down the road the other day, and it just popped up on my phone, one of the very last songs. Everything changes, about what a birth actually does to you. And then my daughter wanted to listen to the whole thing. So we went back to the beginning and listened to Opening Up about how every day is the same. And my daughter caught something that in all my years of listening to this musical, I never had. The main character moves from nothing changes to everything changes. And what turns it for her is the birth of her daughter. She uses that to walk out and start over. And the same catalyst for me is what I used to turn inward and rebuild who I was because I wasn't trying to become someone new. I was digging out the person who was there all along. And the thing that was getting in my way wasn't me, wasn't my family. It was a structure that made caregiving my job and my life and my being. And now that I see that, I can call it out. I can move it. I can adjust it when it doesn't work for me and mine. I couldn't see this coming, so I couldn't get ready for it. And that's what makes it so hard. But it doesn't mean that I'm powerless. You can't prepare for what you can't imagine, but once you're in it, you can rebuild on purpose. It takes intention and commitment and work, but it can be done. So here's the thing to do this week. Find one part of your day or your week that belongs to everyone but you and put a boundary around it. A piece of it put aside now for you. Let the structure hold the line so you're not fighting for it every day. Just start with one. We don't choose what happens to us, but we do get to choose what comes next and what we do with it. Tell me, what are you going to choose next? I'll see you soon.